Good morning, everyone. It's your English class, and today again we are going to study a chapter verbs expressing the present. So let's start. So, dear students, in our previous class we studied about the formations like simple sentence formation and negative interrogative. These all the things we studied in our previous class. Okay, so on the behalf of this, we did some exercise also, right? So this exercise we did find the mistake in the given sentences. After that, we did the second exercise, right? So state the interrogative sentences. This exercise also we did in a previous class. So now we have come on the next exercise. State a positive sentence with the help of given words. So firstly, again, I tell you, now we are doing the simple present tense, right? So in this, if we want to say positive sentence, so first of all we should use subject, then first form, then object. First form, I have told you there are two first forms, root form and third person singular form, right? If I say go, that's a first form, means it can be root form also. If I say goes, that's also first form, right? And like means goes is used with the third person singular, and with the rest of subjects we should use go, right? If we talk about negative sentence, then first of all we have to use subject, then helping verb, then note, then main verb, then object. So helping verbs, we know that of this tense do and does. With third person singular we should use does, and with the rest of subjects we should use do. And in special note, I told you whenever we use do or does, we should always use root form of the verb, right? And when we make any interrogative sentence, so helping verb will come before the subject, right? Means first of all helping verb, then subject, then main verb, then object. If our interrogative sentence is of WH words, so first of all we need to use WH word, then helping verb, then subject, then main verb, then object, right? So on the behalf of this, you have to do this exercise. You need to make some sentences, positive sentences, right? Some clues are given there. So let's do that. You need to raise your hand if you know the answer. So first is that subject is he and verb is take. So you need to say one sentence with the help of he and with the help of verb. First I tell you, and rest of you should tell me. Like you can say that he takes tea. Positive sentence you have to say. He takes tea, right? So in this way you have to do this exercise. So come on the next clues, next words. With the help of we and read, you need to say one sentence. Raise your hand if you can say. Let me do some setting from my end so that I can see the hands of everyone. Yeah, Sanchi Bhatia. Sanchi, please come. Say one sentence with the help of we and read.
Good morning, sir.
Very good morning, Sanchi.
Sir, the sentence will be we read books.
Yeah, we read books. Yes. Positive sentence we need to say, and we have to use read here because our subject is first person plural. It's very good, right answer.
Yes, sir.
Next is that Mohit and Rohit, and eat verb you have to use. Mohit and Rohit subject you have to use, and eat verb you have to use. Say one sentence with the help of Mohit and Rohit and eat. Kanishka, come please.
Good morning, sir.
Very good morning.
Sir, Mohit and Rohit eat their lunch.
Eat their lunch. Yes, very good, right answer. Mohit and Rohit eat their lunch. So eat will come because our subject is third person plural. So with the third person plural, we should use root form if you want to use simple present tense. Yes, very good, right answer. Come on for next sentence. Rohit and have. Rohit and have. Have is main verb. Dear students, remember this. Have is here main verb. Okay. So you should not use have verb as a helping verb. So as a main verb, you have to use. So say one sentence when in which sentence subject should be you, sorry, Rohit, and verb should be have. Sneha, you please come forward. Say one sentence.
Good morning, sir.
Very good morning.
So the sentence will be Rohit
Hmm.
have books at home.
Rohit have or has? H-A-V-E or H-A-S?
Has.
Yes, Rohit has some books. We can say like this. So, dear students, by this example, I want to make you understand that have is our root form, right? And HAS, that is the first form singular. Our subject is third person singular. I have told you Mohit means like any name that is third person singular. So with the third person singular, we should use has, not have, right? So we can say Rohit has some books. Very good, good answer. Next sentence, next exercise. State a WH interrogative sentence with the help of given words. So you have to say one sentence with each WH given words. So first is that WH word where you have to use subject in the children and play. So these words you have to use and you have to say one sentence with the help of these words. WH word where you should use subject the children and verb play. Who can give the answer? Please raise your hand. Bhumika, you please tell me. Bhumika,
Good morning, sir.
good morning.
Sir, where the children are playing.
Beta, you need to say simple present tense. Use simple present tense, not present continuous tense. Again, say use tense. Use simple present tense, not present continuous. Can you say, Bhumika?
No.
Okay. Okay, no problem. Anyone else who can say with the help of these words and tense, you have to use simple present tense because we are learning now simple present tense. Mihika or Meghan, you please come. Mihika or
Good morning,
Meghan,
sir.
good morning. Who is there?
Sir Mihika.
Yes, Mihika. Say one sentence with the help of where the children play.
Where the children plays.
Where is the helping verb? What are the helping verbs of this tense? Mihika, please tell
Where does the
me, where does? Okay, where does? Mihika, say complete
does
sentence. Where does the children play? Actually, do and does, these are the helping verbs of this tense, but remember, children is plural subject. So with the plural subject, we should use do. So we need to say, where do the children play? Okay, okay, Mihika. So do will
okay,
come here. Where do the children play? If there is a child, right? Then you can say, where does the child play? Okay, our subject is third person plural here, not that is third person singular. Okay, second sentence means we can say where do the children play. Okay, next words are there. How your parents prepare. How your parents prepare. Say one sentence with the help of these words, who can say? You need to remember that you have to use here simple present tense, not any other tense. Okay. Sanchi Bhatia, Sanchi, please come forward. You please tell me. Say one sentence with the help of these words.
सर बस एक चीज बताओ,
Hmm.
सिंपल प्रेजेंट में हम हेल्पिंग वर्ब डू और डज यूज करते हैं ना,
Hmm.
तो उससे ही सेंटेंस बनाना है अब हमने.
Hmm. You have to use simple present tense because we are learning now simple present tense. Okay.
Okay, sir. How do your parents prepare food?
Yeah. How do your parents prepare food? Yes. Basically, I want to make you understand that whenever we make any interrogative sentence, so helping verb we should use before the subject. And our subject is your parents. And there are two helping verbs, do and does. Does we use when our subject is third person singular. Okay. If our subject is not third person singular, so we should use do. Okay. Our subject is your
Sir,
parents.
is it correct?
Yeah, that's absolutely right. So your sentence is absolutely right. So you may have said that, how do your parents prepare food? That's right. Next is that, next sentence, next words are there. How your ma'am explain. How your ma'am explain. So use these words and say one sentence. Who can let me know? Kanishka, you please tell me. Kanishka, you please tell me.
How does your ma'am explains the chapter?
How does your ma'am explain the chapter? Yes, very good, right answer. Here we have to use how does we have to use because we are talking about one person means like your ma'am. So that is third person singular. So that's why we need to use does there, not do. It's very good, right answer. Next, whom you help. Whom you help. So who can say one sentence with the help of these words? Raise your hand. Payal, you please come forward. Payal, please come forward. Say one sentence.
Good morning, sir.
Very good morning, Payal.
Whom does you help?
But a you is not third person singular. Again, I tell you, dear students, remember this. Whenever our subject is third person singular means he, she, it, or any name. Okay. If our subject is he, she, it, or any name, that is third person singular. Right. So if our subject is third person, we have to use does. And apart from third
Whom
person,
do you help?
yes, whom do you help? So do you have to use here? Good, right answer. Whom do you help? Next, how many Rachit repair? How many Rachit repair? These words you have to use and you have to say one sentence. Who will let me know? Let me see. Sneha, Mansi Gartan. Okay, Mansi, you please tell me. Mansi, please tell me one sentence.
Good morning, sir.
Very good morning.
Sir, how many cars does Rachit repair?
Very good. How many cars does Rachit repair? We need to use does here because Rachit is third person singular. Yes, right. Very good. Right answer. So come on the next sentence. How long Sahil take? How long? How long means kitna samay? How long? Who will let me know about this sentence? We need, please you tell me. Chirag, I think Chirag from Ekla. Hello, Chirag.
Sir, how long does Sahil take?
How long does Sahil take to prepare anything, whatever we want to mention?
To prepare the
Tea.
race for race.
Yes. So who is there, like Chirag or someone else?
Sir, Chirag or Vinit.
Okay. Chirag and Vinit. Okay, very good. You have given the right answer.
Rajin.
After giving you answer, please mute yourself. Okay. I think this about this tense you have learned it very well. There is no doubt. Okay. So now we need to understand about our next tense, that is present continuous tense. Okay. So let's start. Now please down your hand. Everyone please down your hand, because now we have come on the next tense, that is a present continuous tense. So let's understand this. First of all, we will understand the uses of present continuous tense to express the action which are going on at the time of speaking. So whenever, dear students, we want to express those actions which are going on the time of speaking, so we should use present continuous tense, right? Examples, we can say I am teaching you English. So at present I am talking to, at present I am saying this sentence, and at present I am doing this work. So for that action we should use present continuous tense, so that I can say I am teaching you English, right? You are attending the online classes, right? We are watching TV. So dear students, in this we have to understand, जो काम अभी बोलते समय चल रहा है, उन बातों के लिए हम present continuous tense use कर सकते हैं, right? So like you can see that I am teaching you, so work of teaching is going on, so I can say I am teaching you English. You are attending the online classes, attending online classes, work is going on, so you can say for this action present continuous tense. Okay, so present continuous tense we can use which action are going on at the time of speaking. Clear? Secondly, we can use present continuous tense to express the actions which are not going on at the present moment of speaking, but going on at the present time. Some actions are there, dear students. Those actions are not going on at the present of speaking, but around this time, those actions are going on. For those actions also, we can use present continuous tense. ऐसे काम जो अभी बोलते समय नहीं चल रहे हैं, परंतु इस टाइम के दौरान आसपास वो चल रहे हैं, उन बातों के लिए, उन एक्शंस के लिए भी हम प्रेजेंट continuous tense यूज करते हैं. Some examples are written here. Let's understand these examples. In these days, I am learning Kathak. So at present, when I'm speaking to you, so it is possible that I am not learning the Kathak, but in these days, I am learning that. So that work is going on not at the time of speaking, but around this time that work is going on, right? My father is preparing an important project. So at the time of speaking, maybe he's not preparing, but in these days he is preparing. I am writing a book. So at present I am not writing a book, but in these days I am writing a book. So for those actions which are not going on at the time of speaking, but around that time those actions are going on, for those actions also we can use present continuous tense. Okay. Next point, we have to understand the formation. Formations, if you want to say simple sentence or positive sentence, so first of all we should use subject, helping verb, main verb, object. Remember this in simple present tense. In simple present tense, whenever we say positive sentence, so we do not use helping verb. But in this tense, means in present continuous tense, whenever we say positive sentence, we have to use helping verb after the subject, right? So helping verb and main verbs we have to learn of all the tenses. So helping verb and main verbs I will let you know. If our sentence is negative, then subject, then helping verb, then not, main verb, object. This formation will be there. If our sentence is interrogative, then first of all helping verb, then subject, main verb, object. You have to use. If our sentence is negative interrogative, helping verb, subject, not, main verb, object, you have to use. If our sentence is WH interrogative sentence, so first of all WH word will come, then helping verb, then subject, then main verb, then object. Okay, so this will be the formation. And about subject, you know that subjects are our nouns and pronouns. And helping verb, so in this tense helping verb we need to use is MR. Remember this, present continuous tense helping verb is MR, right? Main verb, fourth form you have to use. Fourth form I have told you, base form plus ing. That's form we can say the fourth form also. Object, nouns and pronouns, right? Like if I say Rahul is watching TV, Rahul is subject and is his helping verb. Watching is main verb and TV is object, right? So now, dear students, we have to understand main verb. There is only one form, means fourth form we have to use. There are no any options. So whatever our subject is, that come what may, we have to use fourth form with all type of subjects. Helping verb. We have three helping verbs: is, am, are. So now we have to understand according to what we should use is, and according to what we should use am or are. Okay. So it's a simple rule. Whenever our subject is first person singular, if our subject is that, so means I is our subject, so we should use I, means am. With I we should use am. And if our subject is third person singular means he, she, it, or any name, that is third person singular. With third person singular we need to use is, and with the rest of subjects like we, you, they, names, or we can say first person, second person, third person plural, so we should use are, right? Like they are sleeping, they is our subject and our helping verb, and sleeping is main verb. They, that is a third person plural, so that's why we need to use are there, and fourth form will come always. I am reading something, so I, we have used am. Sneha is eating her lunch. Sneha is third person singular, so we should use is with the Sneha. Now, non-action verbs are not used in the continuous tense. This point is very important, dear students. You should understand very carefully. So in this, dear students, I want to make you understand in English language, some verbs are there. Those verbs are called non-action verbs. Okay. So for the non-action verbs, we should not use present, means any continuous tense, not just present continuous tense. Any continuous tense we should not use with the non-action verbs, like hear, see, smell, taste, want, hate, doubt, think, etc. So these are called the non-action verbs. I will make you understand why we say them non-action verbs and why we should not use continuous tense with these verbs. So dear students, we can't say I am hearing, I am seeing, I'm smelling, I'm tasting, I'm wanting. So we should not use these verbs in present continuous tense, right? Like if I say I am hearing two new songs, that's wrong, because here is non-action verb. Okay. And if I say I am listening to new song, that is right. And now please understand this, what is the difference between action verbs and non-action verbs? So dear students, action verbs are those verbs in which intentionally we do any activity, right? And non-action verbs are those verbs in which unintentionally any action happens, unintentionally any work happens, there is no intention of subject, so those verbs are called non-action verb. You know that here means also in Hindi sunna, and listen means also in Hindi sunna. Despite it, listen we can use in continuous tense, and here we can't use because here is non-action verb and listen is action verb. And now we have to understand difference between here and listen. So dear students, when you listen something intentionally, जब जानबूझकर तुम कोई सुनते हो किसी की बात, that is called listen. But suppose you are going somewhere and you like hear something, अचानक से तुम्हारे कानों में कुछ पड़ता है, तुम कुछ सुन लेते हो, तो वो जो सुनना है वो हियर कहलाता है, जिसमें आपकी अपनी कोई इंटेंशन नहीं होती, आप जानबूझ के वो काम नहीं करते हो। तो ऐसे एक्शंस जो ऑटोमेटिकली हो जाते हैं, उसमें आपकी कोई इंटेंशन नहीं होती, आप जानबूझ के नहीं करते हो, दोज एक्शन आर कॉल्ड नॉन एक्शन वर्ब, राइट? इफ यू से हियर, हियर मींस कानों में कोई बात पड़ना, अचानक से सुन लेना, सो दैट इज नॉन एक्शन वर्ब. इफ यू से लिसन, लिसन मींस आल्सो सुनना, बट जानबूझ के सुनना, किसी चीज को इंटेंशन के साथ सुनना, सो लिसन इज action verb and here is non-action verb. So that's why with the here we can't use present continuous tense because there is a no action, no activity, right? Second, if you say see, see means अचानक किसी को देख लेना. If you say look, look means also देखना, but intentionally. Okay, see means like there is a no intention. right? So see word we can't use in a continuous tense, and look word we can use in continuous tense. Despite it, both the words are having approximate same meaning, like dekhna, right? But see we can't use because that's a known action verb. Because whenever we see someone without any intention, okay, so that is called see. But with the intention, we if we look someone, that is called look. Okay. Again, I tell you, known action verbs like hear, see, smell, taste, won't, hate, doubt, think, these verbs are not used in the present continuous tense or any continuous tense, because these are verbs are called known action verbs. Okay. Now, on the behalf of this, dear students, we will do this exercise, find the error in the given sentences. So some sentences are written there. You need to tell me what is the error in these sentences. So please raise your hand for the first sentence. First sentence is that our team are playing well in the tournament. Our team are playing well in the tournament. What is mistake in this sentence? Raise your hand if you can tell me what is mistake in this sentence. Dear students, raise your hand. Okay, it's very good. Many have raised their hands. Mansi, you have raised your hand first, so please you tell me what's the mistake in this sentence. Our team are playing well in the tournament.
Sir, our team is playing well in the tournament.
Yes, our team means our team is playing. Is we need to use because our team is third person singular. If we say that our teams are playing, that's R is right in that condition. Okay, but team is written there, so we should write here is. Secondly, students, one more thing I want to let you know that this sentence we can correct it in two ways. Firstly, we can write here teams. Secondly, we can write there is instead of are. But we need to change R. Why? Because whenever we read sentence left to right. So which things come first? So we should consider that those things are right. Okay. So we can change this sentence. We can write this sentence in two ways. We can write teams instead of team. Secondly, we can write is instead of are. But we need to write is instead of are because first thing will consider correct. Those things are correct. Okay, because we read the sentence left to right. You can see the answer. Our team is playing well in the tournament. In this way, tell me about the next sentence. What you are writing in these days. What you are writing in these days. What's the mistake in this sentence? Who will let me know? Shivani, you please tell me. What's the mistake in this sentence? Good morning.
What are you writing in these days?
What are you writing in these days? Because that's the interrogative sentence. There is a interrogation mark in the last of the sentence. So helping verb we need to use before the subject, right? So we need to write this sentence. What are you writing in these days? Absolutely right answer. Next sentence. The squirrel is hide the nuts in a hole. The squirrel is hide the nuts in a hole. So what's the mistake? Again, I tell you, all the sentences we should write in present continuous tense. In present continuous tense. Okay, so according to present continuous tense, you need to reply. Ishmeet, please you tell me. Ishmeet, you please tell me. Good morning. But you are not audible. Once again, say your answer. Yes, hiding. Yes, very good. Right answer. Hiding will come. Squirrel is hiding the nuts in a hole because we are using present continuous tense. So in this, we know that ing form is fourth form we should use. Very good. You have given the right answer. Next, whom they are waiting. Whom they are waiting. What's the mistake in this sentence? Who will let me know? Kanishka, please tell me.
Sir, whom are they waiting?
Yes, whom are they waiting? Because that's an interrogative sentence. In interrogative sentence, we should use helping verb before the subject. It's very good. You have given the right answer. Whom are they waiting? Yes, right answer. Come on for like next sentence. Who is waiting? Who is waiting? Is there any mistake in this sentence or no mistake? Please tell me. It's also possible like some sentences I can write with no mistake. Who will let me know? Varsha, you please tell me. Varsha, you please tell me what's the mistake in this sentence. Who is waiting? Varsha, can you tell me?
Sir.
Yes, please tell me. Is there any mistake in this sentence?
Sir, no.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. We can say who is waiting. That's right. And even we can also say who are waiting. When we want to know about one person, so we should use who is waiting. If you want to know about more than one person, so we should use who are waiting. अगर हम ये जानना चाहते हैं कि कौन इंतजार कर रहा है, we want to know about one person, so we should use who is waiting. And if we want to say कौन इंतजार कर रहे हैं, means we want to know more, means about more than one, so we should use are also. Are is also right. Okay, so both the sentences are right, but they are giving the different sense. Next, why are the farmer not working? Why are the farmer not working? Who will let me know? Let me see. Jia. Jia, please tell me, why are the farmer not working?
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Is there any mistake in this sentence?
Yes, sir. Why are the farmers not working?
Why?
Are the farmers not working?
Why are the farmer? No, that's the same sentence saying that. Jia.
Why
yes,
are the farmers not working?
No, beta. Can I tell you? We can write this sentence in two ways. We can say, why are the farmers not working? Farmers we can use. I think you said farmers. Jia, you said farmers. Okay, if you had said farmers, that's right. Why are the farmers not working? That's absolutely right. So dear students, only 2 or 3 minutes are left. So rest of exercise we will do in our next class. Now please come forward if you want to ask any question.